It's your girl, Lady Naomi. I'm here this week to do the Mirror to Medicine review. Is Dr. Jackie gonna let Curtis back in the house? And Mariah and Heavenly is still fighting. Let's get started. Okay, so it picks up where it left off last week. Mariah and Heavenly are still fighting. They're still going back and forth with insults and things, honey. So the girls feel like Heavenly throws this up, but the girls feel like Mariah doesn't own her shit. Now, it goes back to the Vegas trip. Toya defended Mariah and said she did apologize. Mariah did apologize, but it was more about her forgiving them. I would like to see Mariah apologize, give like an individual apology to each person, I should say. I think it will feel more sincere to everybody. But she did apologize, but it wasn't like, it was more about her forgiving everybody else instead of vice versa. So the girls want to see that. But I believe Heavenly just want to fucking pick with Mariah. Heavenly need to keep Mariah's mother name out of her mouth, honey. Every time she get into an argument with Mariah, she say your mother, and it warps to next week, sneak peek to next week. Her and Mariah is outside some club or something like that, and they get into another fierce argument, and she says Mariah's mother's name again. If that was me, Mariah, I'm just saying, I'm not trying to promote violence. I will punch her right in her mouth, honey. I will punch her right in her mouth. As soon as she said my mother again, I would deck Miss Heavenly, honey, because she doing that shit. And I know when you get into a reading session, nothing's off limits. I always say that, guys. But honey, when you say somebody's mother, those are fighting words, bitch. All that back and forth with your mouth ain't no more mouth, baby. That's fighting words, honey. I would deck Miss Heavenly. No shade, all tea. Okay. So it goes to Heavenly's house. Now, Heavenly's husband even tells her, it warps to Heavenly's house. Now, Heavenly's husband even tells her she was wrong for saying Mariah's mother. Okay, that was very wrong for her to say her mother. She was dead wrong. We all know she was dead wrong for saying her mother, honey. And she needs to find other things to say when she gets to argument with people other than her mother. And I like her husband. Her husband's looking really good this year, guys. I think he's lost a few pounds. He's looking more like put together and more trimmed up and stuff like that. But he's a voice of reason. I'm glad Heavenly will listen to somebody, because yes, she needs to stop saying Mariah's mother if she wants to mend their relationship in any shape, form, or fashion. She needs to stop that. And it also shows that she did not really mean the apology she gave to Miss Lucy. That was just because she felt like she was on the spot, because Mariah put her on the spot with the tea party, the whole tea party speech. So she didn't mean the apology, because if she meant the apology, she would not still be saying your mother. Dr. Contessa and her husband is talking about Miss Renee respecting her household. And they said if she comes back, she's going to respect her household. She left. She's not going to be there for the remainder of this episode. I think they need to find a new nanny. I mean, I'm not denying Miss Renee is not a good nanny, but you don't talk back to your workers like that. Miss Renee act like she runs the house. She's been there so long. You know how you have a worker or employee that work for you for a while, and they think they can just talk to you any type of way because they're so good, they're so seasoned, and it's easy for you because you know they're good with your children or good at their job, so you don't want to get rid of them, so you put up with a little more mess than you normally would. That's what Miss Renee's problem is, guys. I think they need to find a new nanny. No shade. Okay, so Dr. Simone and Miss Mariah's out for brunch. They ordered nice. They went to a nice, classy restaurant. They're ordering food and stuff like that. So they're talking about forgiveness, and she also said that, you know, you so quick to say I forgive everybody else, but how about us forgiving you? You don't own your mess. They feel like she don't own her mess. I don't know, guys. I'm on the fence about that kind of, sort of too, because like I feel like they all throw shade at one another, and everybody can forgive everybody else, but when it comes to Mariah, they don't want to forgive Mariah. That's just the way I see it. I know Mariah needs to own up to her mess and you know, need to ask for individual apologies, but I also feel like it's a double standard when it comes to Mariah. That's just the way I see it. They also talked about Heavenly talking about her mother. And Simone was like, well, that's kind of like a defense mechanism. She just says your mother and stuff like that. And we all need to talk to Heavenly about that. So hopefully somebody will sit her down other than her husband and talk to her about saying Mariah's mother. Okay? Calling people by their mothers, you know, disrespecting people's mothers. So warps to Dr. Jackie's house. Curtis shows up in a nice, another new vintage car. I don't know where he getting all this coin from. Is it her coin? I don't know what he does, but every time he pulls up to the house, he got a new vintage car, honey. Okay, not old fashioned, but vintage car in pristine condition. Okay, she said she let him back in the house. He comes in with dinner. She has them changing light bulbs and stuff. They talk about it. They talk about how much they miss each other, how much they love each other. She's I think she said she was gonna let him back in the house, but then at the end she asked him to leave. So I don't know what's going on. I guess he's gonna be coming back soon. But they look like they miss each other. He looks very remorseful. I don't know. I've been cheated on before, and I know, and I've never been married, engaged, but never been married. But I don't. This that whole trust issue, guys. When somebody does that to you, the trust. Oh my God, it's a whole different level of trust there, guys. You gotta, it's hard, guys. So I guess it's gonna be a process, her letting him back in the house. But I would say take your time, honey, because when somebody steps out on your marriage, baby, the trust, even being intimate with that person again, is just gonna be like you're gonna envision that person having sex with somebody else. It's hard. I've been there, guys. I've been there. But anyway. Yeah, so she asked him to leave, and we'll see in further episodes if he's gonna be coming back in the house or not, okay? So it goes to Dr. Simone's office. Dr. Simone is taking patients. Henrietta comes back, the little person. She does a pap smear on Henrietta. Henrietta and her mother's there, and she uses a smaller instrument for little people, and Henrietta did it very well. Henrietta done had a few things up in her already, honey, because she took that like nothing, baby, because I know with people with virgins, honey, they would have been squirming and moving and shaking and shimmering on that table like a fish in a frying pan, baby. Henrietta was just like, somebody been up in that little pussy before, honey. Somebody been up in that pussy before. But anyway, that's a sidebar. I'm just saying, honey, because she took that past me like nothing, honey, okay? Girl, bye. So Dr. Heavily take her daughter to see Miss Jan. Now, Miss Jan is the voice coach to the stars, honey. Okay? I've seen her in other shows, other like reality shows. She's the voice coach to the stars. She's worked with all the major stars, honey, for vocal training. Okay? Honey. So she had Allure doing all these little voice exercises, laying on the floor, doing all these breathing exercises. Baby, she asked Miss Allure to see a high note and a low note, honey. Miss Allure sound like Barry White, baby. That baby is tone deaf, honey. I love Allure. I'm not trying to read the baby, but baby, singing is not her profession, okay? Let's put that out there. Singing is not Miss Allure's profession, okay? We need to find something else Miss Allure is good at, like playing a string instrument or something like that. Can't she play piano? Let's stick to that, Miss Allure, because honey, Dr. Heavily said she want her daughter to be the next Beyonce. Girl, bye. So Dr. Simone is talking to Cecil about why he took $25,000. Now, he said he took some money out the account. Baby, we didn't know it was 25 grand, honey, okay? And you know that was most of her money, baby, but we gonna leave that right there. We gonna sit that right there. They got a joint account, but he took $25,000 to start this little app. We talked about the app last week, the app about finding people to do like labor around your house, like kids labor around your house, like say if you need your basement swept out and stuff like that. It's an app that you can put it up. It's like Craigslist, but for like kids or something like that. For people in the area, you can come do little house chores and stuff like that, and you'll pay them. But anyway, so she was like, well, why are you so secretive about it? Why didn't you tell me? He said, because I didn't think you was gonna want to pay $25,000. I didn't think you was gonna be with it and stuff like that. So we did a secretive. She said, next time you gotta let me know, because that's our money. We got joint accounts. Don't move that much money without me and stuff like that. And she said, next time I'm picking where the money's gonna go when we invest in something. Okay. So yes, honey, he was a little sneaky about that. I hope this adventure work out, because it only brought 16% of the company. 25 grand only brought 16% of the company, honey, okay? And she was not feeling it, and neither was I. I don't know, Mr. Cecil, you better make this work, honey, because that's 25K, baby. Huh, that's half of money. That's half of what I make a year. Woo, baby, that's a lot of money. Anyway, so Dr. Contessa's at the office, and her husband, they goes to trying to pick up the kids. She's taking patients and stuff like that, patients and stuff. So nobody's there to pick up the kids. Her husband leaves work early when he had clients. He had to get out of work and leave work early to go pick up the babies, okay? And come to find out that the little girl is used to the mother or Miss Renee picking them, but they didn't want to go to the father with the father. Wanted to stay at the school. She didn't even want to go home with the father, honey. That's a little weird, honey. But anyway, they need to find out what's gonna they trying to talk about if they're gonna have Miss Renee back and about the respect and stuff like that. Like I said in the beginning of this video, honey, they need to leave Miss Renee where she is. She's too disrespectful and her britches is too big for her right now, herself right now, okay? Now, I was watching other bloggers and stuff like that. They seem to think that Miss Renee was a little uncomfortable when she went to the posh parties and stuff like that. I've been to parties where I feel like I'm a little uncomfortable and stuff like that. I mean, I can mend my bridal consultant / wedding planner. Part of being in the type of job I'm in, you got to be able to mold your personality to anything. You got to be able to act a little hood because you get a little you get some ratchet people in there sometimes, and you got to act posh. Because you get some posh people in there, and you gotta act like a little trailer park sometime, honey. You get some trailer park kind of people in there once in a while, honey, okay? So you gotta be able to mold your personality and transform your personality to different people, okay? So, you gotta be like a chameleon, a little bit of a sense. So, I understand she felt a little uncomfortable about it, but there's no reason why she should have took that uncontested. She should have just sat there and shut her mouth and wore her dress and talked to people, but not have those outbursts like she was doing, okay? So Miss Toya surprised her husband, honey. She showed that she has some beautiful lingerie. Miss Toya got a beautiful body, y'all. Her body was sitting in that lingerie, honey. Yeah, she had a black lingerie on. She had a thong up her thing, down there, honey. Little black little onesie, baby. She had all types of assorted fruit with whipped cream. She had a sex pillow. She had a dog collar. Eugene was like, oh my gosh, he was a little overwhelmed and stuff like that. He's like, let me take a shower. This came from work, honey. But yes, I can see that was gonna be some nice sex, honey. That was gonna be some sexy. I'm glad that Toya figured out a way to put some spice back in her marriage, honey. Yes, honey. I was living for Toya right there, baby. I was living. So Quad and her husband has this marriage focus group. Two couples of her closest friends, is two different married couples is there, and the phone rings, and of course he has to jump up and take the phone call because he's a doctor. He's a pretty prominent psychiatrist or psychologist, and he had a patient call him. I guess a prescription needed to be renewed, and she's like, see, I'm always second his life and stuff like that. Miss Quad, I'm gonna say this. I don't think you appreciate your husband, because if I had a husband that was a doctor, I would understand that my husband is a doctor and he's going to be very busy. Now, when you go and buy these cars and buy all this luxurious clothing and walk around in red bottoms and everything like that and have this beautiful house and things, and he supports you in all your business endeavors and all this stuff like that, honey, if that was me, I think she's a little ungrateful, guys. I don't know. She started crying and breaking down. She's talking about her husband don't show her no attention. She's number 2 in his life. She don't feel like he's there for her and all this, that, boom, 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 boom. I don't see that, guys. I'm starting to see that Miss Quad is a little ungrateful. She needs to just sit down and let her husband do his job, honey. He comes home to her every night. He doesn't cheat on her and stuff like that. That's the only thing she should be worried about, okay? I think she is just... I think she's meddling. She's one of those girls that try to nag her husband. Miss Quad need to stop, y'all. I'm sorry. I think she was pushing him. I think she was just overreacting. That's me personally. That's how I see it, and that's how I look at it. But anyway, guys, that's the end of this episode. I'm sorry, Miss Quad. That wore me out. That whole thing wore me out because she's saying that he's doing all this and doing all that, but she's not really giving him a exact pinpoint what he's doing and stuff, guys. You know what I mean? But anyway, guys, that's this week's episode of Married to Medicine. Like and subscribe to me on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. This is your girl, Lady Naomi, and I am out. Bye-bye.